Lapunan sa malikod ko! Cut! PASA-MASID! Sa kanang balikat. Ha! Talupad, unang talupad. Pasulong. Pinuno, pasulong. God!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let us now ponder on this year's anniversary theme, AFP at 87, kaisa ng buong sambayanan, tungo sa mapayapa, matatag, at maunlad na Pilipinas. Truly, the armed forces of the Philippines could always be counted on by the nation and by its people. It has demonstrated its solemn vow and devotion to duty as the protector of the people in the state, contributing its share in unity with the nation towards a peaceful, steadfast, resilient, and progressive Philippines.
Likewise, the Armed Forces of the Philippines will stand fair and square behind the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Philippines for peace and unity towards a developed and great nation. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now take a glimpse on the parade of the various contingents of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Ang mga makabagong katipunero, makadiyos, makakalikasan, makatao at makabansa. Leading the parading contingent is Rear Admiral Renato P. David, his staff, Captains Jonathan Salvilla and Jose Petilla, Colonels Gary Atienza, Augusto Padua, Redentor Mojares, and Stephen Ducusi.
Following is the AFP Composite Band under the baton of Technical Sergeant Donnie Ise. The 1st Brigade is headed by Brigadier General Romeo Jerome Dirillo with his staff, Lieutenant Colonels Von Ryan Timbang, Agripino Poblete, Marlon Graciano,
Talupad, unang talupad,
John
pasulong!
and Crispin Malimira.
Pasulong. God!
First Battalion from the prestigious Philippine Military Academy, the Cadet Corps of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, led by Cadet Captain John Troy Alban of Davao del Norte, his staff, Dexter Ariola of Taguig, Thomas Awoyang of Batangas, Keith Vitor Cebu, Kim Agatep Cebu, and Nicole Sarmiento of Butuan City. These young male and female cadets are the future leaders of the Armed Forces of the Philippines from the different regions of the archipelago.
Following is the contingent from the Philippine Army represented by the Security and Escort Battalion under Major Fabian Ranet, with his staff Major Arbutante, Major Quit, Captain Ignacio, and Major Soria. The Army has been a beacon of hope and progress. It has contributed to strengthening Filipino institutions, communities, and individuals by advocating for personal governance and by rebuilding itself into an organization loved by the people.
Next, we have the contingent from the Protectors of the Philippine Seas, the Philippine Navy. The Navy secures our territorial waters and conducts sea lift operations in support of our troops, performs mercy missions, rescue and relief operations during calamities, and protects our marine resources and environment.
The contingent from the Angels of Mercy, the Guardians of the Philippine Skies, and the first line of defense, the Philippine Air Force, led by Lieutenant Colonel Vic Anthony C. Robles, with his staff Majors Ronquillo, Alexander Ilagan, Yusuf Tang, and Henry Allen Galvan. The Philippine Air Force is primarily tasked to secure our country's airspace as a forward defense shield. They conduct search, rescue, and relief operations during calamities.
The audience is requested to rise for the passing of the national colors. Thank you. Please be seated. Following is the AFP massed colors, consist of the major service commands, unified commands, and the AFP-wide service support units.
The 2nd Brigade is under the command of Brigadier General Danilo Benavides with his staff, Lieutenant Colonels Richie J. Bisco, Melvin Madayag, William D. Roy, John De La Cruz, and Ronald Lapizar.
The 1st Battalion consists of the Special Operations Forces of the Philippine Army, the 1st Scout Ranger Regiment, and the Special Forces Regiment Airborne, headed by Lieutenant Colonel Gregorio Inumpa. His staff, Major Rolly Villaluna, Major Arnel Carangdang, Captain Reynal Lopez, and 1st Lieutenant Tagura. These units specialize in unconventional warfare and small unit operations, ranging from reconnaissance, intelligence, demolitions, and other special operations.
This time, we have the Special Operations Forces of the Philippine Navy, the Force Reconnaissance Group, the Naval Special Operations Command, and the Marine Battalion Landing Team headed by Lieutenant Colonel Lloyd Ian M. Kagampan with his staff, Lieutenants Godi Vincent Bongkak, Melbert Fernando, Majors Ian Villesa and Jean Paul San Gabriel. The Naval Special Operations Command is capable of conducting maritime special operations, which include high-risk visit, board search and seizure, gas and oil platform takedown, and retaking.
The 7th and Special Operations Wing of the Philippine Air Force, led by Lieutenant Colonel Nasul Sahili, his staff, Majors Elmer Barcenas, Amandio Gomez, Edmundo de la Cruz, and Captain Jonathan Cave. The 7th and conducts special operation and, of course, performs other contingency operations in support to the Philippine Air Force mission. This time, we have the contingent consists of the AFP peacekeepers, medical personnel, and humanitarian assistance and disaster response operators under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Wilbert Basquinas. His staff, Majors Melvin Diploma, Glenn De Ramos, Ronnie Sicad, and Lieutenant Colonel Benavides. The AFP peacekeepers respond to foreign conflict-stricken areas conducting peacekeeping operations. They are ambassadors to global peace. Medical personnel attending to the well-being of personnel and their dependents, while the HADR operators, the first-ever responders conducting rescue, relief, and retrieval operations to areas hit by calamities or disaster.
Approaching is the motorized contingent, which showcases the vehicles being used in the internal security operations, anti-terrorism, as well as in peace and humanitarian efforts, to include the reservist assets. Leading the pack are the vehicles of the special units of the armed forces.
We have the Philippine Army's Kia Light Tactical Vehicle with machine gun as weapon system. Following is the Spider Philippines Air Defense System, the Philippine Air Force's Air and Defense Systems, which will protect vital installations and key assets of the country. This is the central control unit of the air and missile defense. It will be part of the Air Force Integrated Air Defense alongside the Air Defense and Surveillance Radar System and fighter aircraft for a layered air defense operations.
We also have the Troop Carrying Vehicle, which is an armored vehicle with machine gun as its weapon system. We also have the Troop Carrier, an all-terrain vehicle or ATV being used by the Light Reaction Regiment, the premier counter-terrorist group of the Philippine Army.
Before you is the KM452 shop van track from the Chemical, Biological, Radiological, and Nuclear Unit of the Philippine Army. Next, the rigid hull inflatable boat with 2 machine guns being used by the Naval Special Operations Command. This watercraft is highly utilized as platform to insert, extract, and provide fire support to operating SEAL teams.
Next on the line are the wheeled armored vehicles, which consist of the Philippine Army and the Philippine Marine Corps. We have the Army's armor assets from the Armored Division, the V-150 Armored Personnel Carrier, with 50 caliber gun designed for internal security operations, and the Simba armored fighting vehicle with 50 caliber M2 Browning heavy machine gun and automatic grenade launcher.
Following are the Marine V300 light support vehicles of the Philippine Marine Corps. This time we have the artillery assets, the King of Battle, the primary support in combat missions. The 105mm howitzers being towed by KM-250 troop carrier tracks. These main artillery guns of the Army Artillery Regiment. The latest, of course, in the Army's artillery assets. We also have the long-range or the 105mm howitzers proven to be indispensable in conventional and semi-conventional warfare of the Philippine Marine Corps. The long-range 155mm howitzers with effective running gear at reliable pneumatic braking system, still from the Philippine Marine Corps. And of course, this time we have the Army's artillery asset, the Soltam Atmos 155mm self-propelled howitzer, which will boost indirect fire support capability.
Trailing behind are the combat support vehicles being used for nation building and humanitarian assistance and disaster response. The engineering assets, the backhoe, the road grader and payloader being used for counter mobility, surveyability, general engineering, and HADR operations of our engineering units.
The Army Signal Regiment's Mobile Command Center, which serves as coordinating venues between the AFP and other government agencies in the event of disasters and crisis incidents or situations.
Before you now are the Army's URAL 4320 General Purpose Off-Road 6x6 vehicles serving as troop and cargo carrier with a capacity of 8 tons. The SADCO medium troop carrier truck could accommodate 1.5 ton capacity, whereas this kind of truck also serves as troop and cargo carrier.
Well, still for troop and cargo carrier, the KM-450, and on board we have the AFP Peacekeepers.
The Command, Control, and Communications truck of the Naval Information Communications Technology Center, which serves as a venue for coordination between the AFP and other government agencies in the event of disasters and crisis incidents.
The C4I-STAR Information and Communication System will provide operational data capability to AFP's individual joint service and command center.
We also have the KM-451 ambulance truck, which is mounted by an integrated shelter equipped with emergency rescue medical devices.
You can also see the air assets of the Armed Forces of the Philippines being used in various capacities for air support during combat operations, logistical support, and pilot training purposes. First on the line are the 4 A-29 Super Tucano, a turboprop aircraft designed for light attack, counterinsurgency, close air support, aerial reconnaissance mission in low-threat environment. We also have the 3 Black Hawks, 1 B412, 1 S-76A, 1 T-129 attack helicopter, 1 AH, 1 S Cobra, and 1 AW-109. Well, earlier, ladies and gentlemen, we also have the reserve components assets being used in times of emergency, particularly during calamity, disaster, or any crisis situation. They're from the affiliated reserve units of the Armed Forces of the Philippines.
Enjoyed this video? Hit the like button and share with your friends. Also, subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.